And we are recording. Right, okay. Well, hello everybody. Cathy Underwood here in the Om Shedi Shala. And I thought I would introduce you to some of my awesome yogis and just get a feel for what they're doing, especially during lockdown. But they do some incredible things that we should all know about. So here we have today the lovely Lorenza Bacino. And I'm happy, very privileged to say that I've known Lorenza for a very long time and we've become great friends and great yogis. And so I would love Lorenza to be our very first yogi to open up this kind of week of interviews and get to knows. So Lorenza, usually you are the one that interviews. So I'm going to interview you now. So first of all, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I'm your friend.
She's my friend, my only one.
Your friend. I am a fellow yogi. I have a background in teaching and journalism, hence the interviewing thing. But right now I actually work on Zoom and I've been doing it for years because I do a thing called virtual exchange and I'm working with the European Commission, bringing young people together from Europe and Southern Mediterranean countries on Zoom in small groups to talk about things that matter to them. So it could be the environment, could be migration, could be gender, could be media, lots of things. So I use Zoom and I use it to facilitate online dialogue between young people.
That's amazing. So how many people do you have online at one time?
Well, we try to limit the groups. Ideally, our groups are between 6 and 12. And if the groups are 12, then there are 2 facilitators. So I have a co-facilitator and we work together because then we use the breakout rooms because sometimes people are shy. Mostly English isn't their first language. So, you know, they're very brave coming together online in this space to talk about things in a language that isn't their own language. And also, you know, with a bunch of people they probably haven't met in real time before. So we have icebreakers, we do fun stuff as well with them to relax them. And then we use the breakout rooms, which are like this, but we send them off in smaller groups and they can go off. And if they feel shy, they can get to know each other in smaller groups. So that's what we do. We work with universities and youth organisations.
Does that mean you have to speak a different language? You have to use your language skills?
I do sometimes. We had a bunch of sessions last week that wanted French, but we were flexible. We spoke in English and French and just made it so that all the students could understand because the levels were different. You know, the French students' English was better than the English students' French, if you see what I mean. So we had to be flexible with all of that. I don't speak Spanish, but I speak Italian. We do sessions sometimes in Italian, sometimes in Spanish, French, and there's also Arabic.
Wow.
Not me.
That's amazing. And how are they getting on with this terrible virus that we're experiencing at the moment? How's that changed your work?
It hasn't really changed my work because my work's always been online, but it has changed where the students are logging on from. So many of them have had to go home. They're not at their universities. They're not where they should be or want to be. And some of them have been alone for a long time. And the age range is 18 to 30. And so they're young and some of them are not, they're zoomed out, put it this way. They're very tired. Everything's online. So it's not ideal, but we do acknowledge it. We talk about it, how they're feeling. We don't try and dwell on that too much.
Oh, that sounds really amazing. So in terms of your yoga practice, how are you feeling about the, you know, how has it changed for you going from real life classes to, well, online Zoom interaction? How's that changed your practice?
Zoom yoga. I kind of panicked when I realised that we weren't going to be able to go back to our Wednesday warriors. But you've done a really good job in setting up these online classes, and it was a bit hit and miss initially, but you've really got it sussed. And I've increased I'm doing it 5 times a week now. I'm coming virtually every day, apart from 2 days. And I'm still doing the Wednesday Warriors, but I'm adding Monday evenings, I'm adding Tuesday mornings, Sunday afternoons. So in that way, I'm adding to it, and it's great, and it's keeping me sane and giving me a sense of community. I would love to go back to the actual physical Wednesday Warrior class. I can't wait to do that, and I will do that. But I see the Zoom sessions as complementary. I would never see them as replacing, but I would see them as additions and complementary. And I hope that, you know, physically, I probably wouldn't go more than once a week because of the traveling and everything, but I certainly would do physically Wednesday Warriors, going there, and then a couple of other times online. I don't see why that wouldn't work. I think that would be a good solution.
Yes, I think I've seen actually the benefit of doing it online. In actual fact, it's very interesting because that I've noticed I mean, unlike yourself, you come to the front of the class, and that's great. And you can see what I'm doing. So your technique isn't, you know, it has always been very good and precise. But I've noticed that now the people who are usually at the back of the class, I'm able to really offer them something with their technique, which has been really interesting to see, and see the progression of that throughout the week, which has actually, from my point of view, been a fantastic opportunity. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep it up. So what one thing, you say you've seen improvements, so what would be one thing that you've seen an improvement of, and one thing that you're missing? And I mean kind of from a kind of hands-on experience.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose being at the front, because I always go to the same place, you correct me, and it is hands-on, and I miss that. I just hope that because I've been doing it for quite some time, I've been coming to you for, I don't know, probably 10 years now. And I have done yoga before, always, wherever I've been, I've always done it. It doesn't mean I'm super bendy or flexible or anything, but I think it just gives me the confidence to know what I'm trying to achieve. So I suppose that would be the thing to look out for. I'm not doing my headstands because you're not there to be behind me. And so I miss that. So I don't do everything.
Yes.
But I think if you've been doing yoga for a certain amount of time, even without you saying, and you always offer options and modifications, I do that because I know what I feel and what my body needs. So that just comes with time. I suppose if you're a newbie, you'd need to have someone observing you. And I think it's possible on Zoom, of course it is, but it's not quite the same thing as actually being in a physical class.
Yes, I think I feel the same. I definitely sort of, you know, it's very interesting actually, because I've noticed I have to explain things better, you know, real step by step, which is something I'm going to take back to real classes, is the breaking things down rather than just jumping on someone saying, right, like this, you know. What did I want to ask you? I've got a little notes here. I know. What other things are you doing to cope with this lockdown?
Well, I walk every day with the dog, and that hasn't changed, and that helps me think. Sometimes thoughts get stuck and your thought process doesn't move forward, and I find if I just switch off the computer, because all my work is online, and that's not healthy, and I know that, but if I take the dog out and I just go for a walk in the green, sometimes things shift and I find solutions just when I'm more relaxed. So I'm doing that. My 2 children are at home working online, so I need to make sure that they're getting up as well and going in the garden and kicking a football around or jumping on the trampoline or doing something physical, because of course their entertainment was online and now their schoolwork's online, and I'm very mindful that it's all a bit much. Yeah. And I like reading. I've always got a book on the go, and I'm enjoying my Netflix as well.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? I used to like have moments where I'd turn the internet off and feel really empowered by that and say, right, kids, no internet. But I can't do that now because I've got to have it on. So I suddenly feel like I'm in their boots. And so it's scheduling for me and making sure that I say, right, okay, at this time, we're going out for a walk around the park or into the garden. It's discipline, isn't it? It's really tough. So what one positive, fun thing are you doing during this lockdown as a family?
Oh, as a family, we're having nice meals, actually. I think lunchtime tends to be a bit grab and go, and whoever's hungry whenever. We're not insisting on that, but you know, our evening meals are nice, and we are making sure that the kids contribute and cook a meal a week, or if not more. And my daughter's
I'm impressed.
baking, so we're eating a lot of cake. And positive, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, well, it's lovely. It's good to have cake. You've got to have cake.
Bananagrams.
Okay.
Like Scrabble, playing a game like that from time to time together. And we might have a Friday night takeaway and an evening film, a family film. That's another thing we're trying to do.
So that's really nice, actually, because it sounds as if the family unit has somehow come closer together in this strange time.
Yes, yeah, I think we're fine. It's all nice, actually. I mean, I think the kids miss their friends, and I do hope that things, you know, that they can get back to school and see their friends. But I do like having them at home, and the dog, and she's happy that everyone's at home, and it's really nice. And they're taking her out. The kids are taking her out, and so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Can't complain.
Yeah. Well, it sounds as if you've got lots of things to draw on, you know, your yoga, your work, your reading, your walking, your family dinners, you know, there's things that you are definitely bringing to the table, which sounds really lovely.
I'm still not enjoying cooking. That's not happening. I'm doing that to everyone else. Can't bear it. I love eating, really enjoy the nice food, but I'd rather leave the cooking to everyone else.
Yeah, I think everyone in my family just want someone else to cook. If anyone online has seen my cooking skills, then it's not my forte at all. Is there any particular good cause that you've either seen or you're involved with that you would like to share with everyone?
Well, on my street, we've never really been very communal, but we have got a nice WhatsApp group going, and there's a lot of sharing going around. And I think that, I can't remember the cause, but there are neighbours who are collecting for the food bank, and so we do contribute to that, and then that's getting distributed. So I think the food banks are really essential at the moment.
That's amazing. Yeah, definitely. I think I know some people who are involved with that, and that must be really tough at this particular time. So yeah, what a nice cause.
But
thanks.
Sorry, what I really want to ask, if anyone knows out there, what I really would like, I haven't been able to find an answer, is how to help. For example, my local hospital is Barnet, but how do we get like food distribution to the doctors and nurses? You know, is there a way of helping in that respect? Because I would be happy to drive and take food and give them food, and I don't know how you find out about that.
Oh, that's a lovely idea. There must be nurses, doctors, people who know. Please get in touch with us and let us know. That would be a really lovely thing to be involved in. Well, thank you. How were my interviewing skills, Miss Journalist?
Fine. I wish I was better prepared and had a cause for you, but I did try. I went online on the NHS website. I thought there might be a food, distribution, but I can't find anything. So
I'll find something. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Om Shanti. I'm going to stop the recording now.
Oh, well, you will edit all that down, please.
Yes.